everyone. I am starting a new journal. This one is going to be a, I guess, cookbook recipe kind of journal. I am using Summer's Bounty from the Junk Journal Studio. And I will tell you, I have spent about a week or so just cutting out all the pieces from the kit. It is such a huge kit. There's 5 parts to the kit, which you can purchase all separately. Of course, you don't have to purchase them all, but it's super nice and has so many pieces of it. I mean, I still have a few pages left to cut, and I could probably make four journals from this kit or more, maybe 5. I've kind of sorted the little all the pieces out in little baggies. I have 6 little baggies of parts, of, you know, ephemera stuff that I've sat and cut out while, you know, just sitting here watching TV. I made this cover already. It is a large, envelope like this that had this very cool big flap on it. And so inside, I made those flaps into pockets in the front side of the cover. And I just covered the cover in some paper from the kit and then some fabric that I had, that I have, and a little bit of lace. And I'm not done with the cover yet, and I haven't really even kind of finished the signature. I started putting these together. That's why I said I could probably make a couple of these, because I also have a lot of these kind of cooking / gardening kind of pages. So I haven't really put the signature together yet. I haven't cut all the paper to go into the journal. I've printed it all, but I haven't cut it all down. So, but what I wanted to do is start with a little project. So I had seen this a while ago, not too long ago, from Angela Kerr. I'm not sure I'm saying that, but I will post down below. It's Kerr is how you say her last name, or how you spell her last name. And she made these little envelope flips, and they were super cute. And I wanted to do something similar. So I have here on my desk, I have some lace, which is the same lace I used on the cover. I have a couple of little pieces of ribbon that I've had. It's a little gingham kind of ribbon. I have a couple of cards out of the kit. Some little phrases out of the kit. There's tons of pages of these little phrases and words. Labels, these are out of the kit. These are 2 large pockets and 2 small little pockets or tuck spots. And then I have 2 envelopes, and these envelopes are about, let's actually measure them the right way. They're 4 3/4, I think, by 6 3/4, 6 1/2. So 2 envelopes that are that size. And then these are 2 pieces I had left from the cover when I covered the inside of the cover. So I have these 2 pages. I have a piece of book page. And then I have 2 pages out of the kit. So what we're going to do is, so there's a couple of ways we can do this. So what Angela did was she covered this, and when she put it in her journal, so if this was the page of the journal, she glued this on this part down here like this, and then this flipped open this way, and this was a tuck spot. I love that idea, but you could also go over the page, so you have this a flip out and you have a tuck on this side. So I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. Like because I haven't really put my signature together. And the way that I put my journals together is I actually put the signatures together and I bind them into the book before I decorate it. I just find that once I get, if I were to do it outside, I'm always impressed by people who do all their decorating before they sew their signature in. Because it would just be a hot mess for me. I don't think I could sew it all together in there and like get it all, and I don't know. It just becomes much more cumbersome for me. So I put the signature in first and then I decorate all the pages of the signature. So, I have not, decided yet how I'm going to put these on. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, but I'm not actually going to finish the flap part because I don't know whether I'm going to put it on this way or I'm going to put it on this way. So I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. So, but let's get started. So I have 2 envelopes and I've decided that at some point I'm going to do one that flips this way and one that flips this way. So I have them separate. I have them laid out separate. So we're going to kind of just do them at the same time. So I have these 2 pages and they actually fit really quite nicely onto our envelopes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the two pages on. But wait, first, I forgot. First, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim the tops of these because they're going to be pockets that go in this way. So I am just going to take just a smidge of a smidge off the top of this. And just to open the pocket up. So I just want to make sure that I have one with the flap facing this way and one with the flap facing this way. So when I glue my papers on, I'm not gluing them upside down because I could easily do that in a very, very easy way. So I'm just going to start with a glue stick. I don't particularly like this glue stick, but it holds well enough in the middle of the page. And then I'm going to put my Barely Art glue around the edges of it. If I can get this pin out of it, it keeps getting stuck in there. It's making me crazy. Okay. I hope you are all doing well. It is Friday morning here before I go to work, so it is nice, and I'm just going to put some lines across just to kind of help that. And if I have to go back and do some underneath, I will. It is nice and quiet here this morning. It is getting a little chillier here. We are having a little bit of a cool down period, but it is going to be a little bit warmer this weekend. So, but not as hot as it has been. It was very hot about a week ago. We actually kind of considered the idea of getting a window air conditioner because it was so hot. We thought we were going to die, but we got through it. But I'm going to tell you, there was a moment there when I was like, whoo, this is like a little too much almost. So it was quite warm, quite warm. And I know that has kind of been the problem everywhere. But I can commiserate with those of you that live in the UK and such that don't really have air conditioners and then it gets super hot, because that's exactly what happens here too, up in northern Maine. We don't really always need an air conditioner. So, and I'm going to smooth that out. I know that looks chunky wonky. That's why I really hate glue sticks, but they do hold the page down nicely in the middle. So I hope everybody is doing way better than they were about a week ago with the weather, because I can totally relate to it. So I'm just going to help kind of smooth that glue out a little bit. You could use a bone folder if you have one. You could use a old credit card or gift card if you have one. This is actually, I actually got this at the dollar store. Just a little kind of scraper thing too. I think it works really well to get the stuff up off of, if you do vinyl or cardstock on like a Cricut or a Silhouette. I have a Silhouette. So it works really well to get that kind of stuff up and off. So I'm going to just trim this off this edge here. And if I cut the edge of my envelope open, which I think on this one I just did that. Yes, I did. We will just close it. My art glitter glue is, my Barely Art glue is just bubbling there a little bit. Yeah, I just trimmed a smidge off. So I'm just gonna glue that little edge closed that I just trimmed off. All right. So now we have our two fronts. Okay, so those will be our fronts. And on these, I am going to put these little pockets here, which I need to trim out. First I'm going to ink this up. So let me get out my ink and just ink the edge up a little bit. I'm kind of a messy inker, I'll be honest with you. I'm not always the neatest inker. Plus, I just put some new ink in this, on this ink pad. So it's quite, it is quite chunky, quite juicy, I guess I should say. So I'm trying to not tap really hard on the ink pad so I don't get it like just saturated. I put I re-inked it about maybe about, oh geez, it's been a few days, but it still just seems super juicy. So I am just gonna trim out the centers of the little notches on these little pockets. I don't have a punch that would fit in that size, so that's not really gonna work as far as that goes. So there's so many different papers in this kit. I mean, it's called Summer's Bounty, so it has so many gardening fruits and vegetables. It's got a few pages for honeybees. It's got a few pages with birds and butterflies and other maybe some insects, maybe. It's got a bunch of stuff, you know, some ephemera for like seed packs and some cute little cards from various, you know, kind of related, like there's one for, I think there's one for like milk and one for like flour. So it's super cute. You could, you know, literally use it for a gardening journal. You could use it for, you could make a really nice botanical. You could use it as what I'm going to use it for, which is I'm going to do recipes. You could do, I mean, there's just so much. So I am just going to put, I'm going to hold it on this edge so I can get all of it. I am just going to put 3, try to stay in frame here and see what I'm doing, which is always a good time with me. 3 lines of glue on there, so I could just glue this down, just kind of center it a little bit. So there's quite a bit of different, there's flowers, there's, like I said, fruits and vegetables. So it's really has a lot of stuff, and most of the colors are obviously red and green, but there's also the yellow for the bee kind of thing. There's so a lot of the pieces of it are red and green, like the little tags. These little word phrase tags right here come in edged in green and in red. And I think these little tags like this, some are red and some are green. There's some little yellow tags too. So it's got a lot in it. It's just got so much in it. I mean, you could literally make journals for days with it. I feel like it doesn't just really end. So we have those done. So now I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to cover this side. And I'm going to end up putting these little pockets on this side. So these fold in. So let's cover these first. So I have this paper here. This is one of the pages out of the kit. So I'm just going to trim it down and cover this with both of these, and then we'll put these pockets on this. So let me actually trim this paper, and I want it to be a little less. And I love this little trimmer, but it does not sit very well. It doesn't sit very straight unless you are really on a very solid solid edge, solid space. And this glass mat sits off a little bit, so it doesn't sit the perfect way. So we said this was 4 3/4 this way. So I am gonna go in this way so I can measure it out. Lifting on all the way out. So 4 3/4. And we'll do another one, 4 3/4. Gotta watch my time here so I don't, I'm not late to leave work. That would be horrible. And then I'm gonna get the other trimmer out because now we gotta measure more. We gotta measure more. This one it just takes up so much room. But it will sit better. It will definitely sit better. Okay, so we need to take a smidge off of here, get this white border off. Pretty soon I am going to be getting a new printer because I'm kind of done with this, this not having a printer that works for what I'm trying to do. We may need to trim this down a little bit. I forgot that we're gonna end up, we don't want this super close to that edge. You don't ever want to put anything right up against a fold because it just won't fold well. You know what I mean? Like if you had this paper like shoved all the way up against that fold, can you hear that? That kind of, and even if that was glued down, you'd still get that where it wouldn't fold as nice. So you want to give yourself a little bit of a gap between wherever your fold is and whatever you're putting there, so it just folds much nicer. So think about that when you're making your albums, when you're making, you know, things to go in your albums. You just want maybe, you know, 1/8 of an inch or so. I find on this trimmer, so there's the little track, right, that the blade runs in, and there's just a little bit of a gap between that track and where it starts to be white. On either side, there's a little bit of a gap. And I find that if I just line my paper up along that edge where that clear piece meets the white grid, that is just enough of a gap for me to be able to put paper, to glue paper in. So now when I glue this paper in here, I can glue it over here on this edge and have that little bit of that gap there that will close really nicely. It's just that nice little edge that you don't need to kind of worry about. So I am just going to get my pencil here and mark where I need to cut. But I need to turn it around so I can see it because I go to the eye doctor in a couple of weeks now. Finally, I'm finally going to get in to see the eye doctor. Which will be nice because I am just so needing new glasses. So I am just going to trim that. So there's one. And then we'll just kind of use this as a guide for the other one. Keep that. Keep all your scraps. Keep all your scraps. We'll actually be using some of these scraps in some other projects in this journal because it will be, I mean, not that there's not enough paper, don't get me wrong, because there is plenty of paper. I'm not sure, I just feel like this is one of those kits that I'm just going to have pieces for days, you know? You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna, it's like the never-ending junk journal kit. I trimmed a little bit off of there too. That is fine. That's fine. Okay, let's get this off the desk. So we have our two pieces now. So I am gonna glue them down. So the first thing I want to do actually is glue this little flap right here, and I don't want to cover up, you know, up here because we want something to be in there. So I am just gonna tack it just a little bit right there. I don't know if you could see that. I just barely put a little bit of glue right there just to hold it down on the edge right there. And then it's gonna be held down even more from this. So here's the trick with this. I don't wanna put glue on here necessarily. I mean, I could put glue on here. You're going to put glue on this part of the envelope, but you don't want to put any glue right here because if you do, you will cover up all that, you won't be able to put anything in that part of your envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down too, because I don't know why. Sometimes I just feel like envelopes are just not very well made. Like they're just not glued well. I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe my expectations are too high. I don't know. So we are just going to put glue all along here and along here and along here at the bottom. And I just wiped that one off, didn't I? And then over here, we're gonna run this all the way over, right across the top. And then I'm just gonna glue this one edge here because we've got that one, we've got that. We gotta stay away from that edge. So I'm just gonna put my paper down in the corner and just go across this way. Okay. All right. I'm just going to trim that edge because it just got a little wonky. I think when I opened it up, it's not very even. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's our, so we have this pocket here, in here, and then we have the little pocket here, and then we are going to put these on the back here. So let's cover this side first. So we're going to do the same thing, just put a little dab right there, just to hold that down. I mean, I guess this doesn't really matter that much because we are covering it, but I just find that just, yeah, it's what you get for buying cheap Walmart envelopes, I guess, huh? So we're gonna go all the way across the top and then all the way down this side and then across here, all the way over and down here, and then just the one bead down, just one line along this edge. And if you are using paper that has print on it and you want your print to be right side up, please check that you are putting it on the right side, that, you know, you're putting that bead of glue that I just put on the paper on the right side. Otherwise, you are going to be very sad because you've just, I mean, it's not the end of the world because you can flip it around. But, you know, when you're just starting and you're like, you go to put it down, you're like, oh, I've put it upside down. So, and I only know that from experience. So that is my my tip for the day. Okay, so these pockets have the little gusset things on them. So what we're gonna do is we are just going to, I think I am gonna get my scoreboard because I'm not really great at doing this and I need to do it upright. So I can see. So I'm just gonna line that up on a score line because I don't think, there we go. And let's see, is this one on a line? Might have to move it over just a smidge. A smidge and a half. Okay, I am not great at this. I'm going to be honest with you. My scoring skills sometimes are less than to be desired. I'll be honest. All right, and then we'll put this one, score this one. So then we can fold these. All right, so that looks nice. And then we'll do this one really quickly. So I think that I can't remember right now, and I will have to check, but I will link the Junk Journal Studios Etsy shop in the below in the description box. I know she had a sale going on, and I don't know if it's still going on. I will check that. I was thinking it was for the month of August, but I'm not sure if it was for the whole month of August or not. So that is kind of my bad for not paying great attention to that. But I will definitely check that. So I'm just going to ink the edges of this really quickly. And then we'll probably ink the edges of the little pockets too. So I will be honest, I love the look of sewing. I love it. I absolutely love how it looks. I love it when I do it also, but I am not the best at sewing in the world. And sometimes it's just more frustrating for me than I just get frustrated with it. And I even have a really brand new sewing machine I just bought just a couple months ago, because the other one I had was just so bad. I could barely even use it. It was so annoying. And I bought a new one, and I really do like it. I like the sewing machine a lot, but it's just such, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much drama with it all the time that it frustrates me to no end. So I tend to not sew because I get so frustrated with it. And I don't know, is anybody else like that? Like, do you just feel like you get so frustrated with the sewing part, or, you know, frustrated with something? You know, there's always something, right, that we get frustrated about. I get so frustrated about it that I end up not doing it. And I love how it looks when it's done. But I just get so angry at it that I just don't want to do it anymore. And I don't know if it's, like, I think part of it is I'm not that great of a seamstress. So, I mean, I'm not. My mom is definitely, my mom is amazing. You know, she made my prom dresses when I was in high school. And, she, you know, she sewed all the time when we were kids. And the first thing I ever sewed as a kid, like when I was in high school, I sewed a shirt that was, like a V-neck, but it was and it just had little cap sleeves, you know, like no sleeves really, right? So it was basically like two pieces of fabric just sewn together. I mean, it was not that hard. But it had a V-neck in the front and the back. So it wasn't, I mean, really it was just two pieces of fabric that you sewed together. And I end up sewing, I sewed the neck closed. So I don't even know how I did it. I'm gonna be honest. So I think that was the day of my sewing demise. Like I was just like, yeah, this is just not my thing. So I want to sew. I wish I could sew better. I don't know. I think that I wish I had a sewing machine. Like now I bought this one and I do really like it. It's a Singer. It's really nice, but it doesn't have a speed on it. Like it doesn't have like I can't set it to go faster or slower. And I honestly don't even know if sewing machines do that. But I wish I could set it so it would just go slow, because if I go too fast, I feel like I'm out of control. I feel like I'm just like, oh, I can't control it. And it gets all messed up and I don't like how it looks and I get mad and angry. So it's my own weirdness. I know. I'm a weirdo. I admit it. Okay. So, I have this lace and I'm trying to, I have a piece of tape on this end of it, I guess, to hold it closed. So I was thinking this might be cute with a little piece of lace along this edge here. And then on this side, you would just see that much of it. You would just see that kind of sticking out. And I thought that would be kind of cute. Either that, or we can do it across here. This might be cute too, to kind of break up this pattern a little bit. Actually, I do think I kind of like it on here better. So I'm gonna just trim this off a little bit. I don't mind such scrunchies, but I kind of like it straight. And then I have some Fabri-Tac in this little bottle. So I think I'm gonna go this end, obviously. Straighten it up maybe a little. There we go. And I am just gonna run glue, if I can get this glue to go. Come on. I might have to get the big bottle out. This might need some rubbing out, acetone, acetate, whatever that is. Nail polish remover. Might need to put some of that in here. Actually, what happened was, and I don't know if you could see it, but this little bottle had one of those little metal tips on it. And I had a pin in it. And one day I opened it and the whole pin just came out of the glue. Actually, the pin came out, but the metal piece fell down inside here. So the little metal tip on this is actually inside the bottle. So I was kind of like, all right then. We'll just go with that. Okay. So, okay, I like that. That's cute. Okay. So I have these little phrases. I might need to get bigger ones out of there because I don't know how well that looks on there that way. I don't know if I like that. There's so many little parts to this kit though that I could literally just probably reach in any of these bags and pull something out and find just the perfect, coolest thing. Because there's so many parts to it. Let's look at these labels. Let's look at these labels. So, Oh, these are cool. Is that one too big and too, I don't know, it starts to get too busy, you know what I mean? Like a little too busy. Like that's a lot of pattern on a lot of pattern. Like, I think there's some more, I think they're in this little bag over here. Excuse my arm reaching across the, there's a couple I haven't cut out yet, but these might be really cute. Like that one might be really cute on there. Actually like that one on there. So I think what I'm going to do is I will, off camera, I will cut this off and I will glue that one on there. On the, there, I have a, there's a smaller one too. There's also, a butterfly. There's some butterfly ones. I don't know if they're going to be too busy too. They're super cute. Oh, the little bunnies are cute. That little bunny is super cute on there. Oh, this pretty butterfly is cute too. Although I think that one goes this way because there's words on it. That's pretty. Yeah, there's so many pretty things in this kit. I mean, it is beyond how much in here is in here and how pretty everything is. That one's super cute too. If I did this one on there, maybe. Across the lace. That one looks kind of cute on there too. So I might go ahead and use those. So let's glue the lace on this one. So you could use, if you didn't have Fabri-Tac, you could use your regular, I mean, I will tell you, if you have art glitter glue or this Barely art glue, they both will hold fabric and they hold it quite well. I'm, you know, you don't have to have 15 kinds of glue. I just like, the reason I like Fabri-Tac is because one, it does have a little bit of play in it, which is nice when you're just trying to get something down and you might need to move it a little bit. The Barely art glue, it's good. I'm not saying it's not, but it holds fast. It holds a lot faster. So you're kind of stuck with it. Okay, so I'm going to put this one, I think, on here and this one on here. But we're going to turn it the right way, Dana. Make sure it's the right way. So I like those. So we're just going to put some of this on here. And again, the other thing with this glue, this Fabri-Tac, is it does get really thick. It will get thick. And you do need to kind of, if it starts to get super thick and goopy, then you need to kind of put some nail polish remover, the one with the acetone, whatever that is, in it. The really smelly one. And that will thin it up and make it run better. This is super thick. This is like, because I don't have a pin, I didn't have a pin in it, and it's been sitting there for a bit. Okay. So I might need to come back and put some more on there, but we'll see. Okay. So I like those. And then on this side, Maybe we could use these little, and I probably have too much green, you know. Sometimes you just get to the point where you have too much of something. And I don't know what I want. I used all of these. I got all of these words. I think this one was so funny. That's how I feel. I love having a garden, and I love fresh vegetables, and I love all of that, but I do not like the process of gardening. It is not my thing. I do not have a green thumb. I am horrible at it. And that's how I feel about gardening right there. That woman right there, that's how I feel about gardening. It's like, oh man, I just need a nap. So I have those. I don't know if that's how I'm going to glue them down or not. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to think about this a little bit, because I might just have too much green and I might need to get the other colors out. Or the other thing that she has, which are really cool, and they're in here too, and I like these a lot, are she has these what are they called? Definition cards, and they're kind of cool too. So, you know, those might work too. Here's another one. Like this one literally should say exhausted. That's what that one should say, exhausted. So I kind of like those. I like that one on that side. I don't want to cover that up. Maybe I need to put this over here on this side. Even it out a little bit. And I know they are kind of matchy-matchy, but they will look better actually once you ink them up. It's one of the reasons I like inking things up, just to give things another kind of, not really to make them look vintage or antique or any of that, but it's nice because they it gives them a little more dimension and makes them stand out a little more. I also have this book page that I might just put a little bit of this behind there too. Because I think this could look nice. Oh, my cat is meowing. I think he wants inside. I can hear him. So there's a little bit of a dimension there, right? A little bit of layering. And that's what, when you ink things, it gives that even another layer kind of. So I kind of like that. So I am going to go here in a minute. I mean, I'll come back and finish this, but I'm going to put it aside for while I go to work. But what I want to do is finish this side up. I'll finish these. So I'll be back I'll be back later today to finish this up. You're not going to know that because it's all going to be one video. But we'll figure out here how we're going to finish laying this out. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these two little tabs. So I will be back in a little bit. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hope you all had a great day. I'm back from work. So we're going to finish up here what we started this morning. So I had tore a piece of this book page, and I'm going to use the book page on here as a little bit of a another layer with that. I think I'm gonna turn it this way. Make sure the writing's all the same way. And I need a piece for over here. So I'll tear another piece over here. This one looks wonky, so we'll hide that wonky part. We'll hide that little wonky part. All right. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna ink all of these up and glue them down, and while I do that, I'm going to just speed up the video so it's not video for days. Let's just take this page. If this were my journal page and this was the folded in half this way, right? And I wanted it to be in on this side, I can do a couple of things. So I can either leave it like this, so it wraps around the back. Obviously it would be, you know, printed nicely. Or stenciled or something, right? So it would wrap around the back and then it would open up like this, okay? And I like that, but I think that, and then on the back here, hold on, let me explain what I'm gonna do on the back here. On the back here, I'm just gonna use this piece as an example just to kind of give you an idea. We would decorate this strip right here and then use it as a tuck spot. So just glue these two sides here and along this edge just to hold it on here, have it some stability, and then use that as a tuck spot on the back of this page. Or if you put it on this way for it to flip out, and it would flip out this way, then you would do the same thing. You would decorate here and you'd have a tuck spot under here. So I think it really depends on how kind of, you know, what you're looking for and how your pages are looking. You know, you may want to have, if this was a more plain page right here, you may want to keep this plain page to use as a writing spot. So let's say it was more of a page like, let me see if I can find a page, more of a page like this where you could write on it. And if this were, you were putting this on here, then I wouldn't want to cover all of this up. I would want to keep this. But this side, not as writable, still writable, but not as writable, right? So this side would actually be really cool to decorate this up and have a tuck spot in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold off to those until I put them in the book and decide which way I want them to do. But when I do that, I will come back and I will do a video to show you what I'm gonna do with that. So right now, I think the only other thing I think I wanna do is I wanna put a notch up here. And I think that I'm going to use just the end of my whale punch And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Because that's how I roll. Probably not the most evenly perfect ever, but it's fine. Same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. And I don't go all the way up to where, I just kind of go right there to where it meets, where that curve ends. So if you have one of these punches, you can certainly use it to notch out, to take the notches out of your little thing. So if you don't have a circle punch, that's a great little tool to use. And then I'm just going to ink up the two notches. That way we have our notches out, and it'll be nice. I will come back in another video and we will make the journaling cards for these, because I have this really kind of cool idea I want to do for the journaling cards. So I want to show you how I'm going to do that. So right now I'm going to end this and leave you with these two little envelope flip pockets. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.